Video, I'm going to talk about how I went from being a college volleyball athlete to post-college becoming a runner and now doing that full-time as my exercise. So I was not a runner until maybe about 3 years ago. I was my senior year, actually it was probably the end of my junior year of college. I was playing volleyball and my friends and I sat down and were like, what if we ran the Pittsburgh half? And it was just like a random spontaneous thing that came up. Also partly because I had started my MBA program and there was some of my friends were runners and some of my undergrad friends, wanted to do it. So we, they had decided to do it for a while and I decided last minute, like maybe a week before the race, to participate and do the half. Terrible idea because I ended up taking out someone's spot who got hurt, had to pay like $200 to race. I cried about it because it cost me so much money and I felt like so bad spending that much money to run in this half marathon. So I did not have really any training. I ran like the week before a 6 miler. Did not feel good because I was running with some people who ran much faster than me. And I was pretty nervous about the half marathon. So then I ran the half marathon in May of 2017, ended up running the whole time next to one of my friend's friends. And we just like ran it together, didn't talk about it, said we could leave each other, and we ended up, finishing the whole race together. And it was a really good overall experience. And after that, of course, we had decided to run the Pittsburgh full marathon the following year. And so that's really when all of my running and training began, because I had to train for the full marathon. I couldn't just spontaneously go and run 26 miles. I had to train. So that's when it all began. I was done playing volleyball at that point, running lots of miles in Pittsburgh. The marathon came around. I decided to run with the same person that I did the half with. However, we did not train together, so I don't recommend doing that. We did a great job together throughout the halfway mark, so a 13 miles half marathon together was good. And then after that, we could not keep up with each other. Each of us had different things going on. It starts to really hurt at that point. And eventually we separated and I finished in about 5 hours. It was terrible. Because I was really off with where I was running training wise and, separating from the person I was running with. And I definitely cried during the run and was like, I have to stop crying because it's taking up too much oxygen. So I just finished the race. I didn't even get an official bib time because my bib was like bent. So I stopped recording my pace officially probably around mile 10. And all the people who were getting text updates about how I was doing, they stopped getting them. So like no one knew what was really going on if I was still running. But I finished and felt terrible afterwards. We all went to get food and margs and I was like, I have to get out of here. I'm so miserable. Ended up going home and sleeping for like 12 hours straight, maybe even more. And my roommate at the time had been hammering stuff into the walls at like 9 p.m. and I had no idea. Like I completely slept through it, did not hear it. I was out like a rock. So that was the full. And you would think that after that terrible experience, I would have stopped and never ran again, but I decided to keep doing it really because I had no more volleyball. I had to have something to keep me going. And so for the past, so that was 2017 was my half, 2018 was the full. And I moved to Atlanta, which is where I am now. I did a few marathons half marathons since then. I've done the Atlanta Publix half marathon. I did a New Orleans marathon half marathon with my friend Grace. That was awesome. It was also her first time doing a half. She did like couch to half. It was awesome. And then I did the Publix half marathon again this year. And then COVID happened, and of course, like everybody, I was, going on walks and, trying to be outside as much as possible, and I was doing running. And then there was these virtual races that had started this year where you had to do 180 miles in 90 days, and it was running across Georgia, the state of Georgia, on one of the freeways, virtually. So I did that one and completed the 180 miles in 90 days, and there was another one following and kind of crossed over, and which I'm currently doing. It's 187 miles in 90 days. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish. It would be a lot of effort to finish 10 days left and over 30 miles. I'm not sure I can do it because it'll really be pushing my body, but I'm so competitive that I feel like I might. So this year in total, I'm probably gonna run about 150 miles. And haven't been good at keeping track of my running miles every year until this year, because I'm using Strava, so I can see how many miles I've run this year total. And so all that to say is, like, I'm definitely more of a runner now than I've ever been, even in the past 3 years of my running journey, if you will. And so I run about 10 to 15 miles a week, averaging about 12 to 13 miles a week. So that's kind of how it all began. And right now I don't run very fast. I'm never going to do another full. I do not, well, watch me say this and then like totally change our mind, but I really did not enjoy it. I really like halves or great distance. You know, you can train up to that. I want to be able to do like an 8 miles as my long run, and I feel like that's great to then be able to easily convert into your half marathons. So I want to keep doing half marathons, and I probably should start working on my pace, but I'm just not a really well trained runner. I run about 9:40s, and when it gets really hot in the summer in Atlanta, I run a lot slower. I run like 10-minute miles, and on a good day I run like 9:20s. So I have a pretty good range, but it's not really fast. You know, I'd love to be a faster runner and run like more around the 8 minutes mark, but that's just not who I am, and maybe I could get there. So it's all really long-winded. I hope that helped explain, you know, where I am in my running, how I got here, and where I guess I want to go with it is continue at this level until maybe I pick up something else. I still do things on the side, like I still want to go and do Orange Theory. I like playing volleyball every once in a while. I want to get a bike, but not necessarily for biking distances, just for getting around the city. But I do enjoy running as much as I don't like it sometimes too. It feels like a good workout, and it's a good accomplishment to try to get all these miles in. That's it. I always gotta sip the water.